Hello, good evening. Good evening. It is Kristiauna here again. Welcome. Thank you for joining either live or the replay. So, I'm on day 4 of providing quick tips on how to build a emotionally healthy lifestyle. So, I'm super excited. As y'all will probably notice by now, I'm always super excited. But anyway, so today's quick tip, let's get right into it. Today's quick tip is this: when you are feeling overwhelmed, it is extremely important to have a strategy already in place to deal with your overwhelm. So, this is what I mean by that. It isn't when you're going through something, it's hard to kind of figure out how am I going to get out of this, to try to like grab your thoughts together. So, instead of doing it when you're in the moment, you want to have a strategy already preset ahead of time to help you for a hard time. I actually learned this whole concept of having kind of like my own little survival mode or card when I was in therapy back in college. I actually learned this at that time. So, what you want to do is when you're in a really good place, like things are going well, you feel good, people around you feel good, like you're just in a place and in a flow where you feel like life is going well. I want you to sit down and think of 3 things that you can do when you're not feeling well or when you're feeling overwhelmed. What is your strategy going to be when you're not feeling great? You want to create that during the time when you are feeling good, so that way you're not coming up with ideas when you're already overwhelmed. It's really hard to come up with concepts and strategies when you're already feeling depressed or already feeling overwhelmed or already have tons of anxiety. You want to do it during a good time. And for me, what I like to do is make sure that it is something that will address my spirit, it'll address my soul, and it'll address my body. So, way back when, I want to say, I'm 33 now. This was probably around when I was 19 or 20. So, what's that? 13, 14 years ago, I had created a strategy that if I felt overwhelmed or anxious, that what I would do is number one, I would grab my Golden Girls DVD set. Yes, I was in college with the Golden Girls DVD set because I loved Golden Girls. I grew up watching Golden Girls with my grandmother, loved them. So I had their DVD set. I love drinking hot tea. Like, oh, it's just so soothing. It tastes so good. Like lots of cream, lots of sugar. No more sugar anymore. I don't do sugar no more. But at this time, lots of cream, lots of sugar. And I loved hot tea. And I love to journal. Those were 3 things that always just made me feel better. Watching Golden Girls would make me laugh. Journaling was always very therapeutic for me. I started journaling when I was 8 years old. So, I have diaries from when I was like 8. So, writing has always been a thing for me. And then drinking that hot tea because it was something that physically would soothe me and help me calm down. And I remember it was like a little card that I actually kept with me all the time. Like that was one of the concepts, is that you had to keep this card on you all the time so that if something was going on, you knew exactly what to do to help bring yourself out of that overwhelmed place. And I would even say now, being older and as a Christian counselor, I think it's important to make sure that you add somewhere in your survival guide your favorite scripture or your favorite worship song that's just an instant go-to that you can have ready to use, ready to listen to, ready to read when you're feeling overwhelmed, feeling stressed, feeling some kind of way. Now, obviously, like my 3 things, I need to be in front of a DVD player to watch it. But now with YouTube, I'm sure I could YouTube Golden Girls and find it. So that's the tip for today, to create a strategy for when you are overwhelmed, when you are feeling good. Create it when you're feeling good, when you're not all stressed out, when you have a clear mind. It may be part of your strategy might be calling a particular person. Make sure that if you have someone that you're doing that they know that they are a part of your strategy of helping you feel better. Like for some of my clients, they may not have people in their life that they would feel comfortable calling in the time of overwhelm or anxiety, but I'm on their list. So I'm part of their strategy of how to help themselves, and I make myself available in that way for them, whether it's 10 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. There are people who text or call when given permission for me to be that person in their life. So that's the quick tip for today. Create a strategy for being overwhelmed, frustrated, depressed, or whatever when you're feeling good, so that when that time comes, or if that time comes, you already know exactly what to do, what to focus on that's going to help bring some relief to your life. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for listening and watching. Heading over to Instagram now, and I will see you guys tomorrow, day 5, for another quick tip. Take care. Good night.